Okay, so I'm gonna do the talking about now. Because matchmaking just sucks right now with these two units. So, yeah. Piccolo Charm is the new comp weapon for this season for Renegades, and it's pretty good. You get it the same way you got Solemn Remembrance last season. You just play comp games and it will randomly drop, gives you high drop chances based on your rank. And yeah. It is a 4-burst SMG, so it fires like this. It's a bit of a weird recoil pattern, takes some getting used to, but once you get used to it, it's really good. Especially on keyboard and mouse. I feel this is like definitely, in my opinion, a very keyboard and mouse centric SMG, especially with how good this sight is. This sight, honestly my favorite SMG sight, and it's super clear. Much better than Immortals to me. Immortals just like has so much going on. It is annoying that this one's a bit like bulky, so I just block a lot of the middle of the screen, but it's a proper sight, very clear to use. Likewise, I get up Foundry. This is what it's got in it. You've got Rangefinder, you've got Rapid Hit, you've got a new perk called Stopping Power, which gives you more target acquisition. And apparently 7 to 15% increased damage based on the remaining health. This only really activates at the very end of a kill, but for a funny reason I'll go over in a second. This puck might honestly be like the best choice for I didn't press the button. Fighting at the like farthest range physically possible. However, Rangefinder, of course it was buffed this season, it's got 10 more range now whenever you ADS, and it gives you the zoom benefit, and as Lone Wolf in case you want extra AE, but I don't really think it's that good on this gun. I would mainly say it's just these two in this column, and if you really struggle with the stability, then use Rapid Hit. I would also recommend not going for pure range. I would use either small bore or extended barrel instead of full bore, just because of that weird recoil, and then obviously accurized rounds because you get the range. I have a stability masterwork on mine, but I feel like the range probably better, all things considered, especially if you get extended, because it would be purely vertical then. But mine is 56 stability, small bore, it's really masterwork. It has enough range in my opinion, especially with rangefinder. And then the final column, Desperado is a bit hard to use. Again, that recoil, but it is pretty good. However, I think Master of Arms is just better. You can't really see the time to kill shift, but I believe it does make it a 2-burst, because this gun is a 3-burst kill. It is a like 6 crit 1 body, I believe. Basically the same as a 390 pulse rifle. Because it fires a lot faster and is like way easy to track. I've been like I just keep locked on the target at all times while moving. So definitely would recommend Master of Arms. There's also Head Seeker. I found this one useful, not even because it does a time to kill shift, but plus I don't notice it on pulse rifles. Well, this SMG, for some reason, the like accuracy bonus is just so good. Whenever I'm like missing shots, I would just like, I will hit one body and then immediately like lock directly to the head. So, worth keeping in mind. So, I would mainly just run these two. Kinetic Tremors would have probably been my pick. However, it takes, I think, 4 bursts to proc on this gun, so not really my favorite. I can check this. Let me pull my... Okay, so I found out I completely messed it up and I had the Foundry open for the rest of the recording, so I'm gonna hope this second attempt I didn't miss anything. So yeah, Kinetic Tremors, it procs up with a 4-burst. So, because that's 12 shots to proc, or about 12 shots. No, that's completely wrong. Okay, well ignore me. It's 4 busts, is basically what you need to know. The gun 3 bust, and it's a 4 bust. You're never gonna get that to proc, even if you're like this far away. You're just not gonna hit the shots for it. There's no really a reason to in PvP, so just use it in PvE. This gun is quite good in PvE, by the way. It has attrition orbs and kinetic tremors, which are good proc. They proc literally the same time. Normally they do. There you go. And then it's got shoot to loop. It's got stopping power in case it's actually decent in PvE. And this has got all-star, which they have like 35% damage buff for some reason. I don't know if it's yeah. But it's a 35% damage buff just for picking up ammo bricks, which is really good. So I would definitely recommend picking this up for PvE. Back to PvP though. I think it is probably the most competitively viable SMG in the game currently. Has really good hipfire accuracy, which is surprising for like a gun like this. This is with nothing to boost hipfire accuracy, by the way. Not even like my armor perks. Which makes it really good for like mobile play. Again, what I said, it's better on keyboard and mouse, which is why I've been using it on Hawk Hunter. And it's really good burst damage, so you can actually like fight people peek shooting, or peek shoot yourself, which is something SMGs quite honestly lack. That's what makes them like really hard to use. And this also has the most range out of any SMG in the game. Because it is a free burst and you're wondering for a free burst, it doesn't actually lower the time to kill as much as it would for other SMGs to be massively out of range. Since all you need to do is wait for the second shot to fire of the burst. It also just generally has it's another thing to mention. So if I turn the range thing back on, because I've done. There you go. So Mortal has, I believe it was 24 of max range. Yeah. This is 24, basically like a optimal roll. I believe it's 25 of full ball. Yep, still 24, so don't even bother using full bar, I guess. And you can kill up to, I think, about 25, maybe just barely 26, if you have elemental honing or something like that. This is with elemental honing. However, Peculiar Charm, with not even a max range roll, this is basically 4 damage. And I believe it can kill up until here, within the third burst. Potentially more with stopping power, because it'll do the extra damage once they get to low health. However, it is going to be much harder because you don't have the extra zoom that rangefinder allows for. Also, another thing, well, this sort of gets stuck when fighting at sidearms, because sidearms have to do is close this much space. A Peculiar Charm can set this far out, potentially even this far. The sidearm's not doing anything at that range. Even with the max range, because I think this is the highest range sidearm in the game currently. It has to kill from about here. Potentially here. So worth keeping in mind if you're fighting a Forerunner. Good luck. So I'm not even going to consider that in the argument. So all of that, I feel, makes this the best SMG in the game. I'm gonna see if I can get a gameplay that's better than the one I've just recorded, because I didn't realize as I was putting this together that the last bit was messed up. And yeah. Okay, so I was gonna use a different game, and then I've gone into this match, like, while I'm editing, so I'm using this one now. This one I'm actually doing well. We'll see if it lasts long enough for me to want to use it, so yeah. Let's just see, because the other game I'm just getting like 5v1s the whole time, and it is not really playable. I like the bottom of the leaderboard the whole time, and it's not fun. So, see if the rest of this match goes any better. They have been doing decent so far, so play continues. I've gotten used to the recoil again for the news minute. That's a super.
I love it.
Yup, no. That guy's been chasing me the entire game, by the way. I cannot, like, deal with flinch. That's, like, another one of the few problems. Yeah, flinched and it's terrible, but to be fair, I'm fighting a Rose with explosive payload, so I don't think really anything. No one of the many silly weapons in the sandbox. And there was a lot of people not shooting back. They're just completely not focused on me. I promise these guys aren't paid actors. I don't really think I could do anything in that situation. Like, I was just either gonna shoot with a Rose, or I was gonna die to, like, a shotgun from that guy. I suppose I did get, like, hit with a shotgun immediately, honestly. That's what I was expecting. Ah, I thought I'd get my dodge back. Genuinely thought I would get my dodge back, but apparently not. And I ran directly into the super.
Victory imminent.
Is that the recording? I guess we're trying to get that sniper all day.
Won't be long now.
Why me? Get the other guy.
Zone C lost. Your enemy has a power play. Seconds remain. Finish them. Zone B captured. You have zone advantage. A well-fought victory. Your victory
Okay, well... You see I did well that game. I got a 3.7. Alright. The SMG did good. They did shoot back. Hopefully that's just good enough. Like, comment, sub, you show stuff, and